It's simple. You want to get ahead of 99% of the population and want to become the 1%, but don't know what to do to become the 1%. In fact, you go on the internet to actually find what that is. But if everyone has access to that, then how do you actually become that? What I was thinking when I was in my 20s is very different from what I think now in my mid-30s, especially when I see the careers of all these 85 people in our office. And we've probably interviewed hundreds, if not thousands of people over the last few years. So I can see the thinking mistakes and the actual mistakes and why they're not thinking like the top 1%. So I thought maybe instead of doing my normal 0-1 videos, I just talk about what I think you should do in your 20s so your 30s and 40s are a lot better. And hopefully more money, more peace, and everything's nicer. So let's begin. The first thing may shock you, and it is SIP. Wait for it. So let me read something that's quite popular on the internet. If you are age 25, invest 2,000 rupees SIP every month and do a 10% step up, as in increase that 2,000 by 10%. So in year 2, it becomes 2,200, so on and so forth. By age 52, you'll have a grand 1 crore rupees.
क्या कीजिएगा इस धनराशि का?
Now everyone will think, ठीक है, 2,000 नहीं, मैं 3,000 invest कर दूंगा, and this 1 crore will become larger, and I'll make a lot of money. Here's the nuance you probably missed. 1 crore rupees, 27 years I think from now, is not going to be that much because there is a 6% inflation, and that 1 crore will have, it's worth about 21 lakh rupees in today's money. That's not amazing if this is your life bloody plan. So what do you do about it? Well, very simply, you have to be investing more than 2,000 rupees. So this is how this Excel sheet is slightly different. Look at this. You put all the different details over here, and then you get the future value of your money. But this is pretty normal. But look at this column over here. This column shows you the actual reality of the money you'll earn, inflation adjusted. Matlab ki, this 2,000 SIP 10% step up in 27 years will not be worth 6.7 crores. It is worth 3.9 crores inflation adjusted. It's still a big number, but your expectation should be right. I think we underestimate the power you have within yourself. Please start with 2,000 rupees. You will get to a point when you'll add a 0 or 2 and life will make it happen. Trust yourself. You are better than you give yourself credit to. On to the next point. You can't fast forward everything. Let me explain. You know, the younger version of Prateek was so impressed by passive income ka narrative. So this is a query I ran to find out what are the top dividend stocks right now, because that's how you create a dividend income portfolio, right? So when I ran the query, I got all these stocks for the portfolio. Now, let's suppose my living expense is 40,000 rupees. I will need a grand total of 1.6 crore rupees invested to actually earn 40,000 rupees passively every single month. But if I have the ability to earn 1.6 crore rupees, then why would I do this? So anyone thinking that they can take a bunch of money, put it and earn passively, this thinking is wrong. Please throw it out. Influencers, small ones on the internet will scam you into little schemes thinking you can fast forward life and make money. Most of it is not true. Please ignore it. Put it in the comments. I will ignore quick money schemes because most of it is bullshit, and that will actually help you. There's another thing also you probably didn't notice, is that let's suppose your capital is actually 1.6 crores. The companies which are giving away free money are not using it to grow their own company, which is weird because a fast-growing company should use it to grow their own company, right? Why are they giving it to shareholders? So let's assume that company is not doing well and the stock halves. And let's say you made 3% in dividend but lost 50% of your portfolio. Equity is not for passive income. It's for capital appreciation. बोलो मेरे साथ, capital
appreciation. फिर से एक और चीज बोलो, long, you know I'm gonna say term. Anything outside of this, please मत करिए, दिमाग खराब होगा. ऑफिस जाओ, मैनेजर की डांट खाओ, कुछ सीखो, get a better freaking salary.
Oh yes.
Now that I cleared this up for you, when you invest in stocks, it's long term, don't think of all this. अगर गलती से you get some dividend, great. Next point. I know you're gonna get upset with this. High CTC तो होना चाहिए ना? Hold on, I have really interesting story of a phenomenon called the Diderot effect. I don't know how to pronounce it. Diderot. Who cares? Diderot is from France, and French philosophers, as you know, think and overthink. No, this does not mean you're a philosopher, you're just an overthinker. Basically, when you buy something expensive, you reason out a way to go into a consumption spiral and say, यार shoes अच्छे हैं तो jacket भी अच्छा चाहिए, locket भी चाहिए, घड़ी तो अच्छी होनी चाहिए, गाड़ी भी cool होनी चाहिए, shades bro.
This is the problem with lifestyle creep, also called lifestyle inflation. So over here, all you have to do, enter a few numbers. You have to put your income before and after the raise, how much your lifestyle spending has changed, and how much extra you are spending. You know, the lifestyle stuff you really enjoy. The thing is, as your lifestyle increases, your expenses will also increase. But if those expenses become too high or they go up too quickly, you'll never be able to come down. Over here, this is what that score shows. If the score is above 1, it means you're stuck in a lifestyle you can't exit. So try to bring this number down so that you have peace of mind.
The purpose of money is freedom, not to earn a higher CTC. So please, इसमें थोड़ा सोचो. This brings us to our next point.
I have an interesting story for this. Always last.
So I suck at sport. I'll tell you why. When I was born in Abu Dhabi, in my entire lifetime, school, we moved to Africa, then Singapore, then Malaysia, then came to India. Every single time, it was a new country, new set of people. Maybe that's why I'm so extrovert and I'm good with talking to people, because it was a survival skill. I just moved to a new country. Now, the problem here is every country also had their own sport. So, back in Abu Dhabi, everyone is playing football. I also played football and I was decent at it. I was pretty good. My wife will not agree, but I really was. Then we moved to Singapore. Everyone over there was playing badminton. And everyone had been playing badminton and no one is playing football. So I said, easy. Meko dost chahiye na. I'll go and play badminton with them. And then you know what happened? I sucked. Can you tell me why? Because every time I moved to a city or a new country, everyone had been doing that sport or thing for like 5 years before me. So they were already good. So I realized one thing. The same thing happens when you grow up. You see AI is doing well and you want to run towards AI. Right now, gold is making highs and you must be thinking, yaar, gold aur kharidna chahiye tha. But you also have other asset classes. You have bonds, you have gold, silver, you have equity. You must invest in all of it, including real estate, when you can afford it. In fact, this is not something I'm making up, it's actually a thing. So this thing, which I cannot pronounce very well, Kindleberger-Minsky Model, says of panics and crashes, and I'm sure you've seen this before, as the markets are rising, people are not investing. Then once it's at a high, everyone thinks this is the best thing ever. They put all their wealth, then it falls down and the cycle repeats. Basically, you're always last because you're trying to follow a trend. Don't be like Prateek at sports. Be like Prateek at 01. If this helped and this format was interesting, please write a note in the comment, because that's the only way we know whether 01 is helping you figure out money plus philosophy. And I hope you enjoyed this. See you in the next episode.